Hey sweetie, it's Renee. We're going to do your spirit guide reading. Um, Two came out right away. Put them to the side for right now. We'll come to those later. Whew. I just went somewhere. I don't know where. Just kept seeing this rabbit hopping along. A lot of speedy rabbit energy, a lot of, it was very big rabbits, but it was like what you would see out in farmers' fields, kind of big. I don't know. Are those called jackrabbits? So I was like following this rabbit. I wonder if that means if we're about to go down a rabbit hole, or perhaps there's just some kind of fast-based, fast-paced energy coming your way, or fertility. And it could be fertility, of ideas, of emotions, of creativity. It could be physical body fertility. So we should see. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see here. Ooh. So we're going to start with getting a card to represent your guide that's present with us today. Let's fill out. I almost threw my deck on the floor. I'm getting a lot of green energy, green growing, gardening, planting, taking care of the earth kind of energy, a lot of strong, strong ground, very strong ground with, or not strong, that's probably the wrong word, healthy, nutrients dense. The ground is it grows lots of things. It feels like very healthy and strong. I don't know if this is referring to an actual garden or not that's in your life, but what I really feel it pulling to is kind of like all these, perhaps some things you've had in the works. Feels like lots of parts of your life, all these different things that you've been working on, learning, studying, things like this, and or preparing, planning. A lot of these things getting ready to come to fruition, growing very strong roots, growing underground to create strong growth above ground. But I feel like I see a lot, it's just like a lot of green and a lot of growth. Feels very healthy, very strong. I feel a lot connection for you to things getting ready to change, getting ready to quickly change. Just got my card. Okay, so representative for your guide. So we have the sun, these couple women just dancing in a mother maiden crone, dancing in a field of sunflowers. A lot of growth, a lot of opportunity, a lot of the sun shining down creates that growth for the sunflowers. I'm sure you know the sunflowers, their heads turn towards the sunlight and things like this. So a lot of these things that you have been working on in your life are they turn their heads towards you, if that makes sense. It's like you have the power and the knowledge, experience, the background kind of to make these things happen, to move forward. Feels like your guide is here to show you that things are growing, they're happening, even if they don't always look like it from the surface, because you can only see what's sticking out above the ground, not necessarily what's under the ground. The Four Swords, the rest, and slowness, taking time. It's definitely been taking time here to move, to grow, for things, for everything to change. This is a lot of that green energy. I feel like I was seeing that growth energy underground being faster than what shows above ground, of course. But I feel like that's your guide here. Your guide is here to tell you things are changing and they're happening, and that pretty soon it's going to be like this burst of light. Everything just is like coming together all at once. It feels like you're on a really good path. And even though that was, that's representative for her, I feel like still a lot of the messages are starting to come through as to why she is here in your life. And then we have the Empress. Again, a lot of green energy here. Well, there's a lot of, okay, it's not all green. There is a lot of the green cards are up towards the top in your reading. It's very interesting. So the Empress, a lot about fertility, growth, nurturing. The Knight of Wands, like passionate, moving forward. It feels like a male energy in your life. Doesn't have to be, like romantic, but it's a close person in your life. I would almost think the relationship is like that of mentor and a younger man or masculine energy, mother, son, perhaps a younger sibling or friend that you've been caring for, either by listening to them or, by actually caring for them as a mother would. So it feels like a lot of the energy, there's something going on in their life where they are starting to feel more confident and better. Feels like they are beginning to have more of movement forward, a lot more of like strength, where they've been, the way you've been showing and providing and helping them. It is things that you've been doing for them sometimes, but it feels like lead a man to fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for the rest of his life. That kind of feeling. Like, it feels very much like this point where they are getting ready to actually have their own kind of turn in life, where they are going to not need as much nurturing and dependence upon you. It feels like you love this relationship. It feels like a healthy connection. Maybe at times you feel like you are being, giving too much of yourself, or they are being impulsive, I can feel sometimes. But overall, the connection, it feels like a really good one that you want in your life. That's something that's going on right now, and it feels like there's going to be a healthy shift in that very soon. Oh, I thought I felt thunder. I think it was not. So ways to know, I feel like this is ways to know when your guide is talking to you, communicating to you. Reverse three of swords, a lot about, or even upright, a lot about releasing, a lot about things weighing on you from the past, stress, anxiety, consistently hanging over you. And the thing is, it comes off as more of a mental worry, like where you are, everything's moving forward in life, but that stress and anxiety is still there on you. Um, the page, words, Page of Wands comes up here too. So there are times I feel like where you can get, like all of us, but you can get stuck in the past. You can get stuck in anxieties from the past, feeling you're not good enough, feeling that, feeling like you're being basically drugged down to the ground with depression, it feels like. Now, with this being minor arcana, and it's not, one of the big bad cards, I don't feel like your depression hits you enough to really mess things up for you in life, but it does hit you out of nowhere very unexpectedly, because I feel like a lot of the times you're working to move forward in life, leave behind the things that are not working out for you, and accept the things that are coming in your life. You do a lot of acceptance and a lot of self-growth and a lot of working on yourself. It feels very strong that you are moving in good directions, but since you're human, you still get those moments of sadness and depression. The thing is, with this guide that is by you, this one of growth, this one who's trying to show you, hey, it may look like, your ex is with this person, or it may look like your finances are getting nowhere because you can't see every single thing that's happening with them all the way down to the penny. But there is a new path coming. There's a new awesome moment coming. There's a lightness here, an energy that feels like your guide wants you to know that even though things are not changing very quickly in front of you, there is still a path that's growing, changes that are coming your way. I want to see, I think, there we go. How to know, again, how to know when so that's when your guide is talking to you, is those moments of sadness that you're like, I just don't know how I'm going to get out of it. And then there is a realization, or perhaps a gift that shows up in the mail. Someone says a word about, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight, or I can't believe how far you're getting and learning how to paint, things like this. That is your guide reminding you and kind of putting that note, that message in their ear that, hey, you are beautiful and amazing, and you're moving forward. Things are happening behind the scenes. And other people can see it because they're not in the middle of it. You're in the middle of it. You can't see everything when you're standing right in the middle of it. So definitely your spirit guide reaching out, sharing confidence boosts with you. Something to be aware of moving forward. We have the World, we have the Ace of Swords. I feel here, the World is just like the end of a cycle. It's just the best end of a cycle. If you know who Mary Tyler Moore is, like, this just reminds me of a very modern Mary Tyler Moore, going through, she has everything she wants. She's like she's throwing magic up in the air, like, yes, I made it. So that's like the vibe of the World. It's coming. The World is coming, basically. A lot of exciting energy coming up for you. Ace of Swords appears here as a reminder of you, like the moment of clarity coming up. It's like that, kind of like, it feels like a point of no return. Like you're going to be kind of moving back and forth. It feels like going into the future, a little bit of excitement, and then a little bit of anxiety, and then it's like things are great, things are bad, things are great, things are bad. But there's a moment of clarity coming up where it's going to really hit you that things are actually moving like beneath the surface. Like we said, a lot of things are coming together. Judgment came out earlier as a jumper, as I was initially shuffling. A lot of releasing judgment, a lot of not expecting things to be how you think they should be at this point in time, but accepting how they are, which is, that's something I work on all the time. Is like, I want to get to the end, or I want to see how, you know, things are paying off. I want to see how things are working out, and I can't always get there right away. The Water of Wisdom was a jumper. Wisdom in everything in the world, even in the simplest of things. Try drinking water as if it's your first time. Experience it without judgment. Feel yourself tasting it and the water going through your body. Know that there's wisdom in this. Drop all ego and judgment and notice when you are moving through life in an automated way. When you live in an automated way, you may miss the wisdom that lies all around you. I actually just pulled that card for someone earlier, which is crazy because I shuffled the baloney out of that deck. Don't move through life in a way that's stagnant, that you just feel like you are moving, you know, doing things just because you have to. Really appreciate the beauty in everything. We have Spirit Animal Oracle. I'm going to read a few of these here. Cosmic Egg came up as a jumper. Which Cosmic Egg is, I believe, it's actually throat. Nope, it's not throat. Is it? Oh, no. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Crown chakra. Cosmic Egg is crown chakra. A lot of listening to the divine, opening up yourself to your angels, you know, spirit guides. But when it comes to crown chakra, I always think of angels. I just get so many tingles from them. And the artist is just this gorgeous, like, multicolored pastel egg and this beautiful snake here. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time through self-effort and grace. We experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us. That's that Ace of Wands energy. Sorry, I just get really excited. Oh my god, I was talking about all the cards we just pulled, not just this one. Sorry. A sense of, I'm sorry. I'm just going to start from here. Oh, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as though we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if we encounter this card, even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded the cosmic contract written at the beginning we hold on to for life, and life holds on to for us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. So the subtle essence of the Cosmic Egg resides at the crown chakra, the top of your head. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine towards the crown. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of a million suns. So all the way back to the sun card at the very beginning, very direct. That energy, that's not being able to see everything as it's going on, wanting to achieve the final parts of life. Not necessarily life. I'm sure Carl just told me you don't want to be the end of life, but you know what I mean, like the final parts of this journey and the stuff that you're working on. There's lots of what's the word? Lots of fires, lots of things you're doing, I forget the word, but lots of things you're doing right now. And the cosmic egg is that message that there is so much happening. Some you're aware of, some you're not. Changes are happening. In the end, it's going to be easy and beautiful and everything you've ever wanted, basically. I want to, let's see, Panther was also a jumper. Oh, find the Panther. Here you are, Panther. Okay. Annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnant. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. So again, a lot of stuff going on. Can't really see everything that's been happening. Can't see the changes that are all coming through, but just knowing that it's going to lead to brightness and it's going to be amazing. Whale energy, desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hours. Calm, steady, deeply compassionate. I'm getting compelled by spirit to, I was going to say stir, shuffle the Everyday Witches Tarot for another message here, and I'm feeling 4 cards to draw. Okay, transition. Death card comes up. Change coming up, it feels like, in a friendship. It seems like there's a person in your life, maybe a friend, maybe a coworker, but a peer of some sort. Feels as though you've been giving them kind of everything from you and they have not been. Basically, they haven't been holding up their half of the relationship, this connection, whatever it is. Feels like they definitely take a lot from you, drain you, a lot of energy. I get kind of like one of those volatile personalities where when you talk to them, it feels like you're in a roller coaster. Like, am I going to get a happy person or a mad person? Is she going to snap or joke around when I say this? But it gets a kind of energy of this peer in your life that it's going to be time to release, walking away from them. 8 of Cups. For some reason, there's something that they hold that you want or need in your life, that you feel called to, close to something here. But this energy of being with them, putting up with basically their the way they treat you in order to get this other thing. And it may be, if it's like a coworker, I would say it would be like a comfortable day at the office, or if it's a neighbor, you know, not awkwardness in the neighborhood, you know. So there are different things. There's a vibe here of needing to walk away, though. Spirit says, we'll let you know when it's time to walk away. It feels like a lot of threes. I see a lot of threes in some of mine. So like a lot of signs of the number 3 when you get that strength to walk away. When you start questioning yourself if you should walk away. It definitely feels like an energy there of walking, stepping away. So that is the message that Spirit wanted me to share real quick before this reading ended, because it just kind of came out of nowhere. I like to draw a few more cards there, but it feels definitely energy of transition, that them being in that part of your life is going to be shifting to no longer being in your life, basically. It's going to be a little bit of a painful transition, but overall and in the end, it's going to be, you're going to know it was ultimately the right decision, and that you are happy with what you did, with choosing to end this, and you will feel more confident and more at peace within your life, having changed this. The final card that comes up today is Rebel. The Rebel. The Rebel represents energy from within, that comes from within, is unapologetically authentic. Don't be afraid to use the Rebel energy to create new situations. This takes getting into higher vibrations and consciousness, which you can't do when you're around people that lower your vibration or take too much from you. Be original. The information that comes from within, not your external environment. Take from your own ideas and thoughts. So a lot of, perhaps this is a person who encourages or pushes people to just kind of follow what they're doing all the time, their opinion on many different subjects. And it feels like there's energy here that can be ignored or stepped away from in order to find a happier life. One final message. Keep seeing antelope within my mind. I do not believe there's an antelope in this deck, but that's the animal that keeps springing to mind. I feel as though it's some kind of spirit animal, perhaps, for you. Looking up that animal and seeing some of the meanings, see if it resonates for you. Watching for it as a sign in your life right now. Panther again, Panther. Going to the brightness, running towards the brightness. Panther jumped out again. And I'm getting those threes again, very strong in my mind. Stay in the deck. If you guys all jump out, it's not really it. Oh, some of them got turned around. All right. cards flipping over everywhere. You know what? I just realized what's going on. So I keep losing all these cards. I don't even know how half the deck flipped around like that and I didn't even notice. I mean, obviously I did it, but I didn't even notice. And this is because I'm still seeking another card after Panther popped out. Spirit is like, will you stop shuffling cards? I already gave you the answer. I gave you what I want you to know, which is Panther, going towards the light. And I feel like I need to read Panther to you one more time before we close this reading. Sorry, Spirit. Panther. I need a panther. Okay. Annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc. Like switching my cards all around, I guess. With the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. And trust that the Panther's journey leads us to a better place, brave and productive. And you know what? Purging. Removal of the unnecessary. This is what Spirit was trying to tell me earlier as well. And then had me pull 4 more from that deck, and we got the message about the person in your life who it may be time for you to cut out of your life. Purging people from your life who are not helping you create a better life, not helping you be your best person, but are instead bringing you down and making you perhaps behave differently than you normally would. Making you feel lower about yourself too. So that has been your Spirit Guide reading. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us for this reading. And thank you for allowing me to read for you. Okay, bye, sweetie.